Welcome to Spectrum News at 10. I am Emedion James, coming to you live from Uyo. Let's take a look at today's headlines. President Tinubu mourns former IGP Arase, says he served meritoriously. Governor Moino announces oil palm revolution to boost food security in Akwa Ibom. Plus, Taliban Interior Ministry says more than 600 killed in Afghanistan quake. We'll bring you details of the stories and more in just a moment. Many thanks for staying tuned. First in the news this morning is that President Bola Tinubu has condoled with the Nigerian Police Force (NPF) over the death of the 18th Indigenous Inspector General of Police, IGP Solomon Arase, CFR, who died in Abuja yesterday. The President acknowledged the dedication of the former IGP to enhancing security in the country through initiatives such as the Intelligent Response Team, the Complaint Response Unit, and safer highway patrols. Reflecting on Arase's laudable service to the country, Tinubu noted that his expertise extended to consultancy roles with the Office of the National Security Advisor, UNASA, the European Center for Electoral Support, the Human Rights Center at the University of Oslo, and as a member of the Committee on Prevention of Torture in Geneva, Switzerland. He further prayed for the peaceful repose of his soul, adding that his contribution to the nation will not be forgotten. In a related development, the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, has lamented the sudden death of the former Inspector General of Police, Dr. Solomon Arase. Reacting to the passing of the immediate past chairman of the Police Service Commission, Akpabio, in a statement by his Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Eseme Eyibo, described the former Inspector General of Police, Dr. Solomon Arase, as a rounded professional who transformed the Nigerian police force during his tenure. While consoling his family, the entire Nigerian police community and the people, as well as the government of Edo State, Akpabio said Nigeria has missed a gentleman and fine officer. In the same vein, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has sent his condolences to the family, the Nigerian Police Force (NPF), and associate of the former Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, CFR, whose sad passing was announced yesterday. In a condolence message released by his Chief Press Secretary, Ekerete Udo, Governor Ino expressed shock and sadness over his passing, stating that the late IGP had served the nation meritoriously and reached the height of his career as the 18th Inspector General of Police. The governor noted that during his time as the IGP, he introduced numerous reforms, especially in intelligence gathering, both human and technologically applications, to combat and solve crimes, thus ensuring that perpetrators were made to face the full wrath of the law. The statesman noted that Arase served in the state as a commissioner of police with vein and passion and contributed to laying the building blocks that today have made Akwa Ibom State one of the most peaceful and secure in the nation. Even in retirement, Eno noted that Arase, as the chairman of the Police Service Commission (PSC), continued to serve the nation and never stopped expressing his love and affection for Akwa Ibom State and its people. In a separate development, in line with the agricultural revolution component of the Arase agenda, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has announced plans to kickstart an unprecedented oil palm tree planting revolution in the state. Governor Ino announced this while addressing the convention victory service at the All Nations Christian Ministry International to conclude the 21st anniversary and discovery convention of the church. He said the State Committee on Food Security has recommended a template which involves the distribution of improved seedlings, deployment of extension officers in the planting, establishment of oil palm board, and the uptaking of processed oil from different producers. The governor, who has served as Executive Director of Agricultural Investment at the Akwa Ibom State Investment Corporation, AKICOL, said the initiative is a way of putting money in the hands of the citizenry as the improved seedlings has high yield capacities and fruit within 2 years. He said Akwa Ibom has declined from number 1 to number 4 about lack of jobs. He used the opportunity to clear the air on empowerment for members of support groups in the state, stressing that the monies in the recently published list of support groups and beneficiaries for the different empowerment packages were not given to group heads or any member of the group to share, but it was given to individuals who applied through the Arase portal and had registered members of the support groups, stressing that his administration would continue to give business grants. He also used the opportunity to announce plans for a memorial service in honor of the departed State First Lady, Pastor Patience Umoino, selected for September 26, 2025. Government House correspondent Jen Uwa reports that the governor, who is also the under-shepherd of the All Nations Christian Ministry International, expressed gratitude to God for sustaining the ministry for the past 21 years and appreciated everyone for partaking in the convention activities and the victory service. Away from that, the federal government has signed a memorandum of understanding with key partners to establish the National Committee on Renewable Energy, Energy Efficiency, Innovation and Certification. The committee is expected to accelerate Nigeria's energy transition and post-sustainable development. Speaking at the signing of the MOU in Abuja, the Minister of Innovation, Science and Technology, Geoffrey Naji, said the initiative represents a bold step towards providing Nigerians with clean, reliable and affordable energy while driving industrial growth, job creation and environmental protection. The minister said the NCREEIC would prioritize 4 focus areas, including innovation and research, collaboration, local content development, certifications, and standards. He assured Nigerians that the committee would operate through an inclusive inter-ministerial approach with contributions from relevant government agencies, the private sector, and civil society. In the meantime, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, has reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to strengthening the bonds of friendship and partnership with Trinidad and Tobago. Tuga, in a statement issued by the spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Kemi Ebiefa, on the occasion of the independence anniversary of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, said the anniversary represents the enduring spirit, unity and determination of the people of Trinidad and Tobago in their pursuit of sovereignty, democracy and national progress. He emphasized that Nigeria and Trinidad and Tobago enjoys a warm and cordial relation rooted in shared membership of the Commonwealth and strengthened through cooperations in culture, education, trade and multilateral diplomacy. The minister further reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to deepening the bonds of friendship and exploring new avenues for collaboration for the mutual benefit of both countries. Meanwhile, the federal government has said that President Bola Tinubu's administration has been guided at all times by the principles of fairness, justice, and equity in the distribution of projects, appointment, and opportunities across all six geopolitical zones of the country. The government, in a statement signed by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, said that contrary to the perception being pushed in some quarters, the Tinubu administration has demonstrated commitment to balanced development and inclusivity since assuming office. It said that the distribution of capital projects under President Bola Tinubu is equitable, insisting that no region is playing second fiddle or ignored. The federal government further noted that while the coastal highway courses through the south, the Badagry-Sokoto Highway under construction traverses majorly the north, adding that major infrastructural interventions are simultaneously ongoing across the Federation, from highways and bridges to rails and power projects. Let's move now to Africa, where Zimbabwe's President Emerson Mnangagwa has met Pope Leo the 8th at the Apostolic Palace in the Vatican. According to report, the discussions in the Secretariat of State focused on positive relations between the Holy See and Zimbabwe. The conversation covered various aspects of Zimbabwe's political and economic situations, particularly the collaboration with the local church in fields such as healthcare, education, and the environment. Additionally, the parties exchanged views on regional issues, underscoring the importance of promoting multilateralism, dialogue, and cooperation among nations. Following the meeting with the Pope, Mnangagwa also met with Cardinal Pedro Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of State, as well as Monsignor Paul Richard Galalgage, Secretary for Relations with State and International Organizations. Let's move now to the foreign scene, where the Taliban Interior Ministry has reported that more than 600 people are feared dead after a magnitude 6.0 earthquake struck eastern Afghanistan. It said the quake at a shallow depth of 8 kilometers 6 miles shook buildings from Kabul to Pakistan's capital, Islamabad. The ministry noted that the remote area where it strokes makes providing accurate estimate hard, as official warns of high casualty figures. Still on the foreign scene, spokesman for Hamas armed wing Abu Obaida has been reportedly killed in an airstrike in Gaza City. Israel Defense Minister Israel Katz, in a post on X, congratulated the Israel Defense Forces IDF and Israel Security Agency Shin Bet for the execution, giving no detail on the time or location of the operation. However, the IDF had earlier said its aircraft attacked a key tourist in the Al-Rimal neighborhood, prompting report that Obaidai had been the target. Meanwhile, Hamas has not confirmed his death. Still to come in the news, Dominic Szoboszlai's free kick earns Liverpool victory over Arsenal. Stay tuned for details of this in just a moment. Yeah, Israel really meant it though. said that many federal workers are unable to access its housing loan schemes because they have mortgaged their salary through multiple loans from commercial lending agencies. The Executive Secretary of the Federal Government Staff Housing Loans Board, Hajiya Ahmed, explained that the heavy loan deductions from workers' salaries makes them ineligible for housing loans. She disclosed this at the Permanent Secretary's quarterly forum with union leaders organized by the Service Welfare Office of the Head of Civil Service of the Federation recently. She explained that the board was partnering with mortgage institutions and private developers to make housing more affordable for civil servants. Still in business, the federal government has directed ministries, departments and agencies to exclude consultants, court members and other non-permanent workers from the personnel payroll in the 2026 budget. The directive was contained in a 2026 personnel cost project called Circular issued by the Budget Office of the Federation. The circular was signed by the Director General of the Budget Office, Tanimu Yakubu, and addressed to ministries, service chiefs, permanent secretaries, and heads of parastatals. According to the circular, only legitimate employees of the federal government are to be reflected in the personnel cost budget. On a health news, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has alerted the public about an unregistered Gold Vision oxytocin injections 10IU bearing a fake registration number. The alert numbered 028/2025 was published on the agency's official website today. NAFDAC said the product was falsely claimed to be manufactured by a company in China. It added that the product was marketed by a firm in Enugu State. The agency said the product was uncovered during a risk-based sampling survey carried out by officers of its Post-Marketing Surveillance Directorate. Still in health, the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria (PSN) Lagos State Branch has blamed the federal government and the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control for the alarming surge in drug prices across the country, describing government interventions as ineffective and poorly implemented. The state chairman of the society, Oyekunle Babayemi, in a statement made available to newsmen, said President Tinubu's executive order designed to crush drug prices has failed completely and is now worsening the pharmaceutical crisis in the country. He specifically criticized NAFDAC for imposing what he described as exploitative and unjust fees on drug importers and manufacturers, which, according to him, are directly responsible for the spike in prices. The PSN chairman argued that no meaningful reform in the drug distribution and pricing can be achieved under the current health leadership structure. Let's move now to sportswear. Dominic Szoboszlai free kick ended Liverpool's victory against Arsenal in a Premier League game at Anfield. Both teams pushed for a late winner as Arsenal threw captain Martins Odegaard and debutant Eberechi Eze on the bench. However, it was Liverpool who got over the line from the midfielder turned right back. With just under 10 minutes remaining, the Hungarian midfielder gave a 32-yard strike from a dead ball that swept past David Raya, handing Agnes Slot's side the victory. Meanwhile, the Reds are the only team to walk away from their first three fixtures with 9 points and move above previous leaders Chelsea. Still in sport, Anthony's move from Manchester United to Real Betis has been revived after the club agreed a €25 million deal for the Brazil winger. United thought they had a deal in place with Real Betis to sell on Friday, only for Betis to issue a statement that said they were withdrawing their offer. The deal broke down because Anthony, 25, wanted part of his United contract to be paid off. He made 62 Premier League appearances, scoring 5 times and providing 3 assists. Anthony joined Betis on loan in January and scored 9 times in 26 leagues and cup appearances. On our entertainment news, the sister of Big Brother Naija Season 7 winner, Fina, Ruth Otabo, is dead. The family announced her death through a statement stating that Ruth passed on yesterday. The family added that they are grieving and requested privacy to mourn her. Meanwhile, Dangote Group, while condoling with the deceased family, disclosed that the company was making arrangements to fly Ruth Otabo to India for advanced treatment before her death. Recall that Ruth had suffered a tragic accident weeks earlier, underwent a leg amputation after being hit by a truck linked to Dangote Group. And that's all we have for you at this time. To ensure to follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website, spectrumtvlive.ng. You have been watching Spectrum News at 10. I am Emedion James. Enjoy the rest of your day and thank you for watching.